And this is the second laundromat. I should say first, it's the only one I have now, but this is the laundromat I'm running now. I took over the place start of February and did a whole lot of cleanup in here. These walls were an ugly blue wallpaper. The lights were that ugly, warm, yellow light. I hate that 3000K light. I had to change 3 ballasts, took them all out, put in 5000K daylight blue light bulbs. I like those a lot better. And I've changed most of the machines. Those 2 washers on the end are original. This machine and this machine were here. And these 4 silver dryers were here. Everything else I changed. Those last 4 dryers down there came from the failed laundromat. This big one came from the failed laundromat. That white washer and these 4 came from the failed laundromat. And I got the rest at a company that rebuilds them. Got these 2 Speed Queen dryers from over in the middle of the state. Now let me get you some pictures. I put in things to keep people busy. A company wanted to put an ATM in here, so we have an ATM machine. I get $1 every time you pay your $3 fee for using this machine. In the first 3 months, I get a check for 50 bucks. I put a TV in here. Normally, I don't go to Walmart because Walmart's an evil corporation decimating American small business, but I got the cheapest possible TV I could, and that meant going to Walmart. It's a 32, get a cheap TV, get a cheap antenna on a cheap mounting bracket, and I mounted it up really high, so hopefully one of these days some crackhead will come in here and try to steal it and fall off and smash his head in the floor, and hey, no more crackhead. Did the world a favor. I got an 8-camera security system in here, and I can watch them all from my home computer or my phone. I have a 9th camera coming in real soon to watch this coin pusher. We'll get to that in a minute. I have here the soap dispensers. I put the Pittsburgh's Anat thing in here, so soap Anat for the soaps in here. I just added the Gain soap. I had Cheer in here, nobody was buying it. So people coming in here all the time with their bottles of Gain. So, I'm going to get a case of Gain and put Gain powder soap in here. I made a little sign for it with one of these rage faces here from internet memes. I put it in there. He's happy. Hey, we have Gain soap, yay! And we have a bulletin board people can put ads on. I have my phone number on the bulletin board, so if there's ever a problem, give me a call. Had a problem with this vending machine. The guy who was supposed to take care of it wouldn't take care of it. So I figured out how to tell what kind of a lock key it is. Went on eBay for 16 bucks, got a key, and now I can put in my own. I put in both Coke and Pepsi, and I got a 12-pack of each. Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, with lemon iced tea, and Orange Crush. I have to call someone to come and change the price from $1.25 to $1 because they're just 12-ounce cans. And this place, these tables were already here. I cleaned them up. I cleaned the floor up. The floor was really dirty. The old washing machines that were here, they were leaking water all over the place. Ugly color. A bunch of old junk Wascomat washing machines all down this row. It was a disaster. There were older machines all along this row. It was a mess. These silver dryers do pretty good. I've had to put in signs using the same Verdana font as I do on my loudmouthtim.com website, home of online video, the longest running web series in the history of the internet. I put in my own 2 cents on my own loudmouth Tim humor. This one's kind of covered up now. Because after extensive testing, we have confirmed that used dryer sheets can be placed in the garbage can instead of being left on the floor. Try it. You can do it. Because people are idiots. Just like my rental apartments, laundromat customers. The less you expect out of them, the less you'll be disappointed. They leave dryer sheets all over the place. I could sweep this floor in here every single day and I'd get a decent pile of dirt out of it. I put up a sign there for the dryers. I give them for 7 minutes a quarter. No other laundromat in the area goes over 6. And my dryers start on 1 quarter, not $1, $1.50 or $2 to even start the machine. And I just put these signs up yesterday to tell people how to run a washing machine because they're idiots. You know, add the soap and select your cycle before pressing the start button. Because I have people calling me complaining, hey, it wasn't on the right one when I pressed the start button. Well, you pressed the start button. Too late. And all these machines have directions. Close the door, add supplies, select your cycle, put the money in, and then press start. At the end of the list, they tell you how to do it, but people don't read. Oh, and these 2 little washers, these little 20-pounders, they came from the failed laundromat also. I brought them over here. I wired up this new sub panel for all the washing machine power. And we cleaned up the whole plumbing system and power system and got everything working better, right? This washing machine, I have to rebuild it. I have to change the bearings in it. They're all locked up, and I'll put it in the row. And then I have, let me cover this over. You don't need to see this part. There's the new change machine I put in there. And that's the old one. It works fine, but I'd rather have them just use the one change machine. Unless this one has a problem, then they can use that one. And then, that's the whole place. I got my mop bucket and things and my extra parts room in the back. This whole place runs off of 2 residential water heaters, a 40-gallon and a 50-gallon, and that's enough. You don't need to spend $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 for a fancy water heating system. This is enough capacity, 90 gallons of hot water. It runs fine. Now, on a heavy day, I could run it out, but that's pretty rare. I've been playing with a power system. I have to put the cover back on. And here's all the different soaps. We got Tide, OxyClean, Gain, Downy. Here's the Cheer nobody would ever buy, and then Bounce. And then here's my favorite part, the money room. I get to count the money. Like my coin counter, it works good, but it's kind of slow. And when this bucket is full, that is roughly 600 to 650 bucks worth of quarters. And it gets pretty heavy. I cleaned up all behind the dryers when I put them all in. I wired up a whole new sub panel for the dryers. Ran some 2-aught aluminum wire to it. Got it all in place and color coded and goes on down the line there, and got my room in the back. Now after all the work and getting this place cleaned up and fixed up and running good and having more machines available, and I was getting more customers in here, the next thought I had was, how do I pull more money out of these people? And I've read a lot about how coin pushers do pretty good. And in this state, according to the Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board, if it's not a computer making the win-loss decision, it's legal. So okay, it's legal. So I've gone on YouTube, I've watched coin pusher videos, and I got one of these set up in here with a bunch of 5s and 10s and lottery tickets all right there. I put them right on the edge for people. And I put these 2 pieces of 2x4 together to attach this to the wall. It's a funny story. I came in here last week and all the quarters were gone. Someone got mad at this thing and they weren't winning. Like, damn it! And they pulled the whole thing away from the wall and set off the alarm. And it closes the trap door. So everything they tried to tilt off down to the bottom, it went back into the big bucket underneath for me. So they won nothing out of that. And so I put that in place there. It's attached to the wall and it keeps the machine from getting tilted. And then the best part is, when I go under here, I look and see, and you know what that is right there? That is my cut. That's 13 days worth of quarters. I guess that's about 200 bucks or so, I don't know. That's what it's all about. MMM. Mo money for me. So, every day when I come to the laundromat and clean the place up, I leave about $2.50 worth of quarters here right on top. You know, giving out free samples to get them hooked. I'm your neighborhood drug dealer. Go on, take this right here, try it out for free, no problem. And if you want to play some more, there's an ATM right over there. There's a change machine in the back. Go on, play some more, sucker. Every day when I clean this thing up, I'll take off all the quarters that are pushed up on top of each other. I'll have a good handful of quarters, and I'll run them through the machine. I'll start with maybe, say for example, 20 quarters. I'll run them all through. I pick up what I quote-unquote won out of the thing here. Then I have maybe 12 quarters. Put them all through, I got 7 quarters. Put them all through, I got 5, or 3, or none. It's a losing game. Don't play these things because, yeah, you could win. You get a 5 or a 10 or a scratch ticket, but those scratch tickets have been there for over a week. Those 5s have been there for a couple days. Somebody won a $10 bill last week. And yeah, you could win, but in the end, it's better to not even get started on these things. But as long as my customers are playing it and making me money, all right, it's here. I gotta get back the money I spent to get this thing. It's business, it's making money. Someone has to pay the water bill in this place, and I don't like paying this water bill. Oh boy. But I put up a few other signs around the place because you have to tell people these things. Change machine is back there. You put those scented beads in, don't put them in cold water because they don't melt. All the little nuances of running a laundromat, getting the place in shape, making it run better. You'll see in the still photos I include in this video how bad it was when I got the place. And since then, it is now doing triple the business. And that's great. Once I get the loans paid off, I had to get to acquire the place and get these extra machines here and fix things up and clean and paint and put my handyman to work and do all sorts of things. So in a couple of years, yeah, I'll be a nice extra income. For now, it's more or less just breaking even. And like with when I bought my rental duplexes, I'm the caretaker of the place. I might make a few $100 a month if it's a good month. So now I'm taking care of the place, running it, keeping an eye on it, getting the income from the place, and dealing with people. I had a few problems in here. People would come in and on this table over here, for example, I used to have a roll of paper towels out there for people to take and use as they needed. Well, one day, some guy came in here and he stole a brand new full roll of paper towels and put them with his clothes. And someone else had a garbage bag over here with a shower curtain in it. This guy stole the bag to put his clothes in along with a stolen roll of paper towels. Well, I noticed it. I went back through my cameras. I found him on the video. I printed out a few photos of him and put them up on the wall by the change machine for a couple of weeks. And here's the toilet, not the toilet, here's the paper towel roll stealer. And then another time, one of my long-term customers brought in a few small rugs to wash along with her regular clothes. And some woman stole them, stole the rugs. And she didn't just steal the rugs and leave with them. She took the rugs, put them in a dryer for 20 minutes, and then left with them. While I went through the video and the cameras, I got a few good pictures of her, and then she became the rug stealer, and her pictures made the wall out there by the change machine for another week and a half. So people know, yes, these cameras do work, and yes, I do watch them. I heard someone just said here recently on a video I was watching, if you go into a place and it has a sign up saying, we have cameras, they don't have cameras. Yeah, well, I don't have any signs up here saying I have cameras because I've got 8 of them and they're very obvious and they're right out there, and I've proven to people, yes, they do work. That's why I'm paying $50 a month for this Verizon network connection right here for the cameras. Otherwise, I wouldn't need this. And now I'm in the back watching the cameras. Somebody came in and put clothes in that machine and in that machine. So now we're making more money. Let me ask you the question here. What is the purpose of a laundromat? Well, from my point of view, the purpose of a laundromat is to make more money for me. Washing people's clothes is merely the medium through which that is accomplished. And I like looking on the cameras from home or on my phone and seeing all these machines running. It makes me think of that old Make More Money song I told you about a while back during one of my videos a few years ago. And the song goes like this. Make more money, make more money, make more money for me. Make more money, make more money, make more money for me. That's a good song, isn't it? Alright. Well, anyhow, I'm here doing my things, keeping this place running, getting it to pay itself off. What is this? A washing machine washing clothes? Yes. What else is it? It's also making more money for me. And also, on these machines, I had to put this on here. You have to tell them. It's not obvious enough where it says detergent in there. You have to tell them where to put the soap. As I've seen people put soap in the wrong dispenser position, and then the soap doesn't go in until it's on the rinse cycle, and then the machine gets done and they have clothes that are full of soap suds. Luckily I was here that day and I saw it, and I ran it myself with just plain water to clear them out, and I let them know when they came in. Yeah, people, they'll amaze you every way they can in doing things not right. And now, since we had that guy steal a whole roll of paper towels, I'll just leave a few out here for people. That's enough. And I'll leave this bucket in here with a little bit of water in it, in case they need to, wash the soap off their hands. That's good enough. You cannot leave the water on to this sink because people will run it and run it like crazy. The first time I got that water bill was, okay, every day when I leave here, hot water off, cold water off, that's that. So now I'm going to show you a few still photos that I took in my first couple times coming over here to show you what this place looked like before, what bad shape it was in, what ugly colors, what old junk machines it had. I didn't compare them to how it is now. It's a lot better now than it was before. And if it's making 3 times the money as it was when I took over the place, well, I must be doing the right thing, right? Alright. Gotta make it 4 times the amount of money, or 5, or more. Because more money is more money.